Craig, I'm gonna shout you out. You didn't shit the bed yesterday. Special love for you today.
Craig did well yesterday. That was a solid 2 hour. Hey man, my man was going strong.
A little over 2 hours because I think we started earlier, 3 minutes early.
It was like an hour 52.
No, that's the power recording. The power one we had to stop early because of the
size limitation.
Yeah.
Bitch ass pal. Fuck
Yeah.
You,
What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast once again. The date is the 12th of September. I don't know when we're going to get this out. We're recording a little bit earlier, so some of us, by us, I mean the American and the Canadian, we're going to have someone special on who will introduce themselves in a bit. They might sound tired, but we're all good. So we've got the usual Spidey.
Yo,
say something.
King. Yeah. No, yeah, my bad. What up, guys?
We've got King.
Hey, everyone.
And our special guest today is... Tell us your name.
Marissa.
We've got Marissa. Many of you know who she is. She's from the Fairy Tale server. She is a mod there. All right, she's very active. She lives in the Genshin chat because that's what she does with her life. I mean, what?
Thank you.
If you need anything to know about Genshin lore, she's the person to go to. You ask her a question, she's just like, boop, 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 done. Answer straight out.
I mean, I would argue Air is the person to go to.
Air is the person for like gameplay related stuff.
Oh,
for lore, for the world and the story, you go to Marissa. Because this girl ask her and she'd be like, well, basically, you see, when Dilek was 2 years old, he changed his diaper himself. Right, she comes up with all these random ass facts.
Speaking, and that's a nice transition. Speaking of Dilek, but I don't know how you say his name. I don't play Genshin. Sean Chiplock, the voice of them, did an AMA for us yesterday. And by us, I mean the Discord server, Fairy Tale X Eden 0, discord.gg/fairytale. It was amazing. There's a bunch of memorable moments. Dav, just tease them and let them know what your favorite moment was.
All I'm gonna say is dump truck.
Yeah.
Right.
Marissa, you would agree? You would agree with dump truck?
Yeah.
The entire server has been converted to dump truckism.
I want to make a rule that just dump truck for the people who were there, just because it's a nice little shout. So I might do that.
90 people.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's good. A dump truck, 90 dump trucks. I like the sound of that.
And I will say he played with my emotions, and I was physically hurt because he just played with my emotions regarding Spider-Man, and it wasn't nice.
Spidey definitely.
There could be worse things of yours to play with.
That sounded sexual, sir. Oh, he does want to get.
What do you think my intention was?
He does want to be topped by Andrew Garfield.
That's true. He did say that.
But you know what? we will leave the podcast alone, or that podcast. We did record it, which is why I called it a podcast. Marissa is being amazing, and along with the event coordinators, transcribing it. So basically, writing everything down for those who can't listen or don't want to listen. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe you're deaf. I don't know. No judgment here. But yeah, they're transcribing it, and I'll try to work on the recording, figure out how King does his shit, so he could have it.
With Craig?
Yeah, with Craig.
Yeah.
I can talk to you about that another day.
That works. And yeah, that we'll look out for that. It's a very jam-packed show. King has to leave early as well. So yeah, let's just get to it.
It's going to be a very Eden Zero and Fairy Tale only focused podcast.
Pretty much.
Which is fine, because there's a lot of fucking things to talk to about those two. So
yes, there are.
Before we start, Marissa, we always ask the guest their favorite Fairy Tale and Eden Zero characters.
All right.
And there is a correct answer to this, so
there.
Stay
happy.
Well, actually, I guess I should be more specific, and I should say there are 3 very specific incorrect answers.
There you go. Go ahead, Marissa.
I know one of them, so I'm not gonna say it.
Now you got to say it now.
No, I'm good.
Nah, don't say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Well, I
say it.
realized there's somebody better than the person I was thinking of. So,
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
who are you thinking of then?
no one.
It was definitely Mavis. Definitely Mavis.
All right. My favorite characters from Fairy Tale are Natsu and Panther Lily, actually.
I respect the Panther Lily.
That's
Lily's
acceptable.
Great. I respect Panther Lily choice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the best Exceed.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not that hard when the other two are fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
That's true.
Exactly.
Well, I was thinking of the other ones available too, like the Sabertooth Exceeds, but yes, I agree.
They're even worse.
You still proving my
Yeah.
point that they're fucking idiots.
Well, yeah,
Happy's just useless and stupid. Carter's just
I mean-
a bitch.
Happy
Alright.
did help Natsu against Zara if he saved them from being suicidal. He
Yeah,
saved them
but
from being great. He saved them from being great.
I would have
Yeah.
enjoyed it if Natsu was suicidal, though.
Do you like Gray?
no wonder he likes Gray so much.
Yeah, you're right. And
Who
Marissa,
likes Gray?
you do. Marissa, so
I'm
who are
very
your-
iffy about Gray.
Oh, this is shambles. Marissa, so who are your favorite? Why are they your favorite characters? Actually, why is Natsu and Panther Lily your favorites?
I like that Natsu's very chaotic and energetic and stuff. And Panther Lily, I don't know. I just like him. He's just a good. I don't know.
I respect
All
it.
right, all right. Solid choices. No judgment from any of us.
So now
far.
to get you some hate, what's your least
Great.
favorite characters?
Oh shoot! I didn't think about that. I don't know. Messed.
All right.
You won't get much hate from
answer.
that. That's fine. See, we
That's
try
a
and get the hate
popular answer.
train going towards the guests instead of just us.
Thanks.
So
You
now-
mean me, but yeah.
So now
I
Eden
thought-
It
Zero.
depends. It can shift from day to day.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
Now Eden Zero, who's your favorite in there?
Hermit and Sister.
My guy.
Respectable.
My
Respectable.
man.
Respectable choices. Very good choices. How come?
Sister, even though she's the healer, she's always probably the most hurtful, I guess.
So this
And-
yes.
Yeah. And Hermit is just, best girl. Like,
I don't know.
I know. I
Dab.
can agree. I agree with you.
Dab is like, see, this is why we
Yeah,
brought her on the
It's
podcast.
great. Like, there's
There we
nothing
go.
to it.
Hermit does everything you need. She is wonderful. She's lovely. All right. She is the okay. I'm not gonna say she's the heart of the team. That's just Ivory. If we're being completely honest. But without Hermit and her technical abilities, Weiss would no one would care about Weiss.
I mean, I still don't care about Weiss.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
but when those two are together with their brotherly and sisterly acts, right? They're great. That whole chapter of them, the couple chapters of those two, they were great.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
she-
true.
But if you ship
That's
them, you're a
true.
fucking weirdo. Don't be
That is
putting
a-
Yeah.
putting someone fucking whack and stupid and useless with Hermit. No, no one
Damn,
wants this.
son.
Okay.
Damn.
Don't
son.
put Eden Zero Gray with Hermit. No, let's not do
I
that.
thought it was Eden Zero Sting. Okay, my bad.
See,
And
I
Mr.
actually
Info.
kind of like Sting to an extent.
Okay. Sorry. I don't care. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
So, who would you say is
I
your
just-
least favorite in Eden Zero?
Cheeky, what did you say? No, I'm just kidding.
Rebecca, what? Oh my days, Homer. Oh, Marissa, man. Adam Kurenai.
I don't have a least favorite right now.
You don't hate the doctor that tortured Hermit?
Oh, okay, yeah, I hate
you,
him.
you don't like Madame Kurenai, the one who went
Well-
after Valkyrie?
I don't remember like the
Hermit's mom.
like-
I mean, Homura's mom. He's talking about Homura's mom. The one
Yeah, I
that
know.
killed Valkyrie. I mean,
I was gonna name a villain, but like I couldn't remember any of their names.
See, the
That's
villains
fair.
aren't that bad. Well, okay, we'll find out later. The recent one just got worse.
Yeah.
So there's
No,
that.
Hold
There's
on,
that,
Dad.
yeah.
The boss. You said
Oh, yeah,
Muller's
he-
not bad. Muller's
No,
not
no,
bad.
no, no, no. I wouldn't call Muller a villain, right? Because he's not used. He doesn't actually do shit. He's just an antagonist. He's just a cunt. Right? I wouldn't put him as a villain status. Don't give him that respect. Don't give Muller villain status. If you're giving someone villain status, right, you're saying that they have some kind of effect on everyone in the story. No,
he did.
Well,
no. He was just like no. He was just a cunt to hermit, right? But don't give him no. If you give him villains, you're putting him in the Hall of Infamy, which no one wants him there. He doesn't deserve to be there.
He
doesn't deserve that status. He doesn't deserve that status. Why, you don't want to give him that status.
All right, that's fine. We'll agree to disagree there. King's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Drac and Joe is a villain.
No, he's a boss. He's not a villain. He's a boss.
But he's still a villain.
Fine. We'll go.
You give him villain status because the man earned it. He only wanted was money, and people fucked with him.
You give him Big Daddy status. I got you.
Exactly. You don't want to give him one at that same level. The man doesn't deserve that.
I respect that. I respect that. Okay, I'll allow it. And since we went on a massive tangent, Marissa, what are your favorite? Just quickly, we won't ask your release favorite because I'm sure you won't remember. What's your favorite arc in Fairy Tail and in Eden Zero?
I like the GMG arc in Fairy Tail. Okay. And Eden Zero, I think Digitalis.
Okay.
Widely accepted answer.
And just quickly, why those two?
I liked seeing the different pairings, like for matchups in GMG and the Digitalis. We got Hermit, so.
It's I get what you did there. So now awkward transition. There's a shit ton of news that came out. Dav, do you just want to run down the list?
Yeah,
you have the list.
All right. Yeah. So the first major, okay, I'm not gonna say major, but actually it's major. The Eden Zero mobile game. We don't know about the console game yet, but the mobile game has started pre-registration. It is in the server, in the series updates, and also in the Eden Zero game channel. You can get it. With the pre-registration, you get quite a lot. There comes as well. The only one that really matters is the Rebecca suit, if we're being completely honest. The game has various languages. We aren't sure if the voices are going to be dubbed, I don't think, but we know that the game text is translated into various languages. There was a whole list of them. So it looks like with that, it's going to be a global release and not just JP release, and then we get it however many years later. It looks like it is going to be a global release at the same time. Recommend you actually do the pre-registration because it does look like you actually get some notable rewards from it. Remember, this is the mobile game. We don't know much about the console game yet. Many people are trying to say that the console game is just a better version of the mobile, but we don't know. We know the game is called Eden Zero Pocket Galaxy. Quite a nice name, actually, considering that it's your mobile version. So with the pre-registration, if they get over 100,000, everyone gets 3 skip tickets. Usually in a game like this, skip tickets allows you to, once you complete a level, you can then use a skip ticket to not have to run it again, just automatically get the rewards. Over 2,000, it's an iridescent material. By the sounds of it, it's something to do with cosmetic crafting, but we're not 100% sure. And over 300,000 is 100 ether drive, which is it's used for item drop rewards times 10. So it's a big boost in a dungeon, basically. And everyone then gets the cyber costume for Rebecca, which looks actually really nice, really well made. We don't have a release date yet, I don't think, if I remember correctly. The game is by Konami. And we also have seen a little bit of a gameplay and screenshots from the game. There is, I say, full customization. You can change the characters' outfits. You can change what they have on their head, their earrings, their top skirt, necklace, all the way down to the ring, gloves, shoes. It's a lot of customization. And it looks like they all give different boosts to stats, with each of them having rarity as well. There's a lot going on with the game. It's going to be exciting. we don't really know what type of gameplay it is, whether it be a gacha or just like you get the Eden Zero crew and you just fight through. Don't know too much about it, but it looks exciting.
Quickly, sorry to interrupt. I thought it was called a gacha.
I don't think we've seen what it actually is, as far as I'm aware. Especially if you look at the website, it doesn't actually state anything necessarily about how the game is. It doesn't. We might have. I don't remember though, because I'm quite addicted to gachas, so I think I would remember that, but I might. Maybe I am wrong. The other thing is Game of Nightmares. The game that was a Gate of Nightmares. Game of Nightmares.
Gate of Nightmares. It's by Square Enix, and Mashima did all the character designs, and if I'm not mistaken, he helped with the story. I could be wrong about the last part, but I'm pretty sure he helped with the story.
So a lot of those character designs are floating around out there. They're looking great. You can tell that it's Mashima's artwork, which is great. We don't have a release date for that yet, per se, but there should probably be news on it in the upcoming months before the end of the year, I think.
Mm-hmm. And one of the issues, or that I see as an issue, is it's also open for pre-registration, but it's only for Japan. So, unlike Konami, who's making Eden Zero Pocket Galaxy global release, by all the looks of it, Gate of Nightmares is gonna be Japan only. So, y'all gonna have to figure out how you get that if you're interested.
I'm sure it'll be fairly easy to figure out how to get it. It's just a case of whether or not you'll be able to play it, because you won't be able to understand shit. So unless you're like me and want to torture yourself and spend hours Googling translations to play a game and then giving up, it's not really going to be too fun. That's it for the Eden Zero announcements. There is a big Fairy Tail announcement, which we'll cover when we get to that section. So make sure you keep listening for that.
Nah, just to cover it now. Cover all the announcements and news now.
Right.
Talk about what happened before the announcement, though. His 6 hours.
So there was a really long online autographing session where people could send in what they would like him, being Mashima, to draw. Many characters were drawn, ranging all the way from Nalu, Gruvia, to Natsu, to Lucy, to Zankrow, to the point someone else was Zankrow, and he was like, wait, who is that? He forgot. So there was a big, huge range. There was even a mixture of a couple of characters who it was Witch and Hermit together. It looked really cursed. It looked like a lot of fun.
Wasn't there a Moskoy in Rebecca's outfit?
Yes, there was.
I think I pinned it in the main chat.
So
who was wearing Rebecca's outfit?
Moskoy, a big fat robot. I don't think you met him yet.
Nope.
But there was a lot of fun in that. It was quite enjoyable to watch. It is on YouTube, and I think we got the link in the server. You can be able to find it in the announcements channel. And he did, I think it was 100 drawings, was it?
He did 100 drawings, and then he did 6 additional drawings because he was like, fuck you, I'm gonna do Kana, Ichiya, Gagio, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and a couple others. I can't remember off the top of my head.
And once he had done those drawings, came a very big announcement, one that everyone has been waiting for a very long time. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is going to get an anime adaptation. And we unfortunately don't know who the studios are and when it is, but it is 100% confirmed it is getting an anime adaptation.
The crowd goes wild, yeah.
Honestly, the only thing I'm upset about is that I can't use my amazing prank every April Fool's anymore.
See, this is exactly what we all thought. But now, the new prank, we've got one. The new one, we'll talk about it later. But there's a new prank we can do.
I have a better
Well,
prank.
yeah, we won't talk about it on the podcast, obviously. It'll be like a secret, and then somebody will fall for it. That'll be very, very amusing.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's up?
I'm reading that Mashima announced the Heroes OVA. Is that true?
Heroes OVA.
There was a mention of a Heroes OVA on the stream, but I'm not sure if it was him talking about saying that there will be one, or if it was someone had asked it and they were just covering it.
So, by the looks of it, I don't think they'd mention it just because.
I
Yeah,
have not
like-
heard of any such thing.
Did you see the AM?
I most certainly did not.
Did you see the autograph session?
That's what I meant. I most certainly did not see that.
Okay, I need to double check that. I'm gonna be like,
Check with Taylor.
What is it?
He'll probably know. I think
he's
he
probably
watched
gonna
that
have he's gonna have the same information as me. I'll just rewatch it. It's fine. So yeah, that's still big news because this motherfucker, bro, he's moving super mad.
He's doing
He's
so
got-
much shit.
He's got and people were salty about the 100 Years Quest announcement. Oh my god.
Where?
The thing is, people were salty a few days before because it was the 15th anniversary of Fairy Tail, and they were like, "Oh,
A month before.
a month." But they were like, "Oh."
It was an August thing.
So there was apparently Grey Day. Remember, guys, these days for specific characters and ships aren't set in stone by Mashima.
No, these are shit that people on Tumblr fucking decided.
Yes, these are made by the community. Yes, Mashima recognizes it and draws characters on those days, but if he doesn't, don't go and start talking shit to him, which a handful of I'm not even gonna call you fans, handful of dickheads went and done, and attacked Mashima for not drawing for Grey Day. And then also saying, accusing him of not caring about the Fairy Tail fan base because he didn't say anything for the 15th anniversary. Now, it's very clear he didn't say anything on the day because of the autograph signing that was happening.
Man was setting shit up, bro. He was
And
playing chess.
Exactly. And you lot out here were chatting shit to him. And we know you lot didn't. We know you guys didn't go and apologize. Yeah. So you're even a bigger level of a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't be attacking the mangakas for this. Right? Stop being dickheads. Be good people.
The best part is these broke bitches probably don't even fucking buy the volumes. They fucking leech off fucking the internet.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, probably going to that Sorcerer Weekly site all the time.
They probably don't even use that.
No, they probably don't. I mean,
They probably use those flipping videos on YouTube. The moving pages.
Oh yeah,
those shit.
We do get.
That's how you know you're fucking lazy and have nothing to do with your life is when you're making videos like that.
I mean, just shamelessly, but Sorcerer Weekly does get over 1 million viewers a month.
Yeah, no,
Maybe more.
that's fine. I just wanted to shade you.
Yeah, but it's fine.
See, remember, we've learned that Canadians aren't actually nice. King destroyed that from us.
I wrecked that stereotype.
Yeah, he took it from us.
It's like destroying that. It's like when Dav destroyed that stereotype that British people were smart.
But he's not British. He's not British. He's Nigerian.
He lives there.
That's Nigerian, bro. Where'd Nigeria come from?
He lives there. He sounds like it. He's British now.
He sounds
Same continent, I guess.
My bad, bro. My bad. I was confusing you with KSI.
Okay, well, listen, yeah, I can speak properly.
And anyways, we will shout out the ones of you who saw the announcement of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest and were actually excited for it. I know that we tweeted about it yesterday on the Fairy Tail Wiki Twitter, and we got very positive response. Like a lot of people quote tweeting us, being all excited and shit. So we're happy for those of you who are actually appreciative of the effort that Mashima puts into making his series and are excited to see more. And I suspect that a lot of you probably will watch it and enjoy it and hopefully support it as well.
Yeah. I'm just happy that we're getting 2 series of Mashima out and about. And
yeah, I don't know if they're going to run concurrently, but I think it will be cool to have Fairy Tail back. And obviously it's something people have wanted, so.
Mm-hmm. This is, look, I'm already going to get shit, so I don't give a fuck. I've said this and I still stand by this. Eden Zero is a great series. It's probably Mashima's best work. But it will always be in Fairy Tail's shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to top it. So the fact that Fairy Tail came back will probably boost sales for Eden Zero because people who read Fairy Tail or watch Fairy Tail will be like, oh, wait, there's also another series he's doing right now? Oh, look, this main character kind of reminds me of Natsu. Okay, maybe I'll check it out.
Dude, I saw
What's
so many tweets like that when the Eden Zero anime dropped on Netflix. There were so many people who were legit like, "Oh my god, this series looks just like Fairy Tail. I want to know all about it." And I'm like, okay,
If only they knew the poor,
If
Right?
only,
part of it.
if only they
Yeah.
knew the tragedy that awaits.
But yeah, speaking of the anime, I guess we should probably let you guys get on to discussing Eden Zero anime and the manga. So I will dip out for a while, and I will be back to discuss the Fairy Tail chapter. So I'll catch you
sure.
guys then.
Enjoy your pizza and your Amazon and your Disney Plus.
Just want to
Dad,
say
I literally don't
quickly.
have the Disney Plus right now, but thank you. I appreciate the sentiment.
I just want to say quickly. I am very, very happy that after the signing, the autograph thing, and the announcement, Ueda's Twitter
boomed.
it tripled. It tripled in followers. It tripled. It is crazy, and I'm so happy because the dude, his artwork is insane.
He kills it, bro. Okay, for those who don't know, Atsuo Ueda, I don't know how you say it, so my apologies if I did mispronounce it. He is the artist for Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Mashima does the storyboard, rough sketches of the plot and all that, and Ueda does the art. So the art you see, which in many respects mirrors and in some aspects is better than Mashima's certain characters, I feel like. That's all Ueda. So
And I feel like it's also clearer. A lot of the fights seem a little clearer as well.
yeah. I love Mashima, but Ueda has been fucking killing it. So I'm happy for the man.
Just to let you know, his previous works, he did Doctor Prisoner, he did a Monogatari series, I can't remember which one, and Retriever Patchy, I think it's called. So if you know any of those and you liked him, then you're probably gonna like his art in 100 Year Quest.
He did tweet recently that he's very thankful for all the retweets and how he fucking loves Fairy Tail and how it's awesome. For those of you who don't know Ueda, I'm giving you a little recap based on the interview I translated with Riri B, Miggy X3, I think. I don't remember her Twitter handle. She's a very prominent Grubia fan, so you should know her. He is a huge Lucy fan, which is why, in large part, in 100 Years Quest, there's not a lot of fan service of Lucy because this man, he's protecting his waifu. So, you know, he keeps he's very secretive. He doesn't show his face, so he's very secretive. But I'm super excited that he's finally getting some recognition. But yeah, continue, Dev.
Just to let you, a little funny thing a comment he said. His favorite character to draw, right? He calls him Elsa. Now, I'm not 100% sure who he's actually meaning from this, because this is actually just Google Translate. But the reason he finds him the best to draw is purely because one eye is hidden and you don't have to balance it. So this man likes efficiency, and he likes that he has to draw less for that.
I think he means Urza, but because it's in Japanese, I think it's either Elsa or I don't think they really have an R, if I'm not mistaken. So
The only reason I wasn't too sure is because only one eye is hidden, so I wasn't too sure because unless her hair is in the way.
Yeah, her hair is usually covering her face, or eye.
So yeah, then there we go. So it's quite funny. So we'll go from there.
Yes. So yeah, guys, if you want to follow Atsuo Ueda, it's at ATSUWO521. Follow him. He went from like 2,000 followers to 30,000 followers now, so I'm fucking happy for the man. I'm gonna try to talk to him. He's very he interacts a lot with the fandom. So if you're a cunt to him, you best believe I'm gonna ban you from the server if you're in it. I'm gonna ban you from Reddit if you're on Reddit. But yeah, Dev, do you want to start with the Eden Zero discussion?
Okay, so we've got two chapters to cover. 157, 158. Chapters are pretty wild. Now, Marissa.
Yes.
Would you like to go first and talk about chapter 157? That was the Red String of Destiny, and what you thought of the chapter and the events that occurred, if you
I
remember.
forgot like everybody's names. So
That's fine. We just to say Catman, guy with mask, girl, long face.
so we saw Princess, which they said she died, right? Or was presumed dead.
That's as far as Laguna was aware, yeah.
Yeah. I I feel like Nero had something to do with her thinking that she's actually with him, but eh.
Well, we learn a little bit later with the Red String of Destiny. That's in the next chapter on why Princess or Iljuna is part of the gang. So Nero definitely did have some kind of play in bringing her into the group. However, then obviously, Shura, which we'll get to. Well, my man, fucking hell. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It was really interesting because this was a very big chapter for a lot of the people who love Shiki Rebecca ship. Because Iljuna comes in, we learned an idea of her ether gear. We're now with the Red String of Destiny, where it can basically, by the looks of it, it heightens their, I'm going to say emotions, because they
Yeah.
went straight from love to hate, and it was hate to the level of I'm going to kill you. So seeing Shiki and Rebecca attack each other like that, and they don't really have a choice, it wasn't up to them, was actually pretty rough to see, pretty rough to read. I don't know how you guys felt about that.
Okay, my thing with manga is that like I read it so fast that I don't really absorb it until like I talk about it.
Fair.
Look at this one bragging she can read fast. This one.
I don't even remember the fucking chapters. So
Yeah. I forget a lot of what I read.
This is why you guys should do what I do and read it like 10 minutes before the podcast.
I will say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't care a lot about 157. It was a good chapter. I didn't care for it a lot. I want to talk more about 158.
Okay, so 158. This was the cover page is adorable.
And that's the only thing that was adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is adorable. The madness of a man who knows no love. You got all the little mini tykes out there. Moeller in the back getting fucked up. Man, I want a spin-off of this. I want a spin-off of these superheroes. These are the real superheroes.
You're right. And I kind of, then we see Laguna and Princess kind of talking. So, dude, Shura is a cunt. Like there's like levels of cunt, right? This man is capital letter cunt, bold lock.
This guy's a Champions League dickhead.
For real.
This dude is at the top level of dickheadry. Now, the fight with Iljuna and Laguna was quite a good fight. The thing that made it so strong was their communication throughout the fight. The more they talked, the more they spoke about their past together. And then is when we found out about how she ended up becoming more and more part
Here's
of
the thing, though. This Shura basically called her a concubine, a royal hoe. She was just a hoe. But
every single day he tortured and he humiliated her. Shura just completely dehumanized her in every way, shape, or form. And he did, like you said, just treat her exactly like a hoe. That's all she was to him.
So we know she and Laguna had a thing of some sorts because she keeps mentioning, or when they're flashing back, it's mostly them and their little dorky, flirty behavior. And then she goes on to say, "I will kill anyone who tries to get in Prince Shura's way, even you," which is like, damn. And then, dude, oh my god, I'm sorry. I think the worst was when he took me out for walkies. He stripped me naked, put me on a leash, and marched me through the town like a dog.
That's what I mean. Dehumanized her completely. I mean, you see those kids on the street where their parents have her on a leash so the kid doesn't get lost, right? Now,
But that's
this
not
is
on the
just
pic.
no. So
That's like
this is
Yeah.
just a leash is on her, and she's stripped completely naked, and she is just on her knees crawling throughout town. And people are just the thing is, no one was questioning it. No one was like, "Oh, this poor girl." Everyone was just like laughing and mocking her. You know,
and then
so it shows the control Shura has over so many people for no one to be like, "Yo, we should probably stop this."
it's not even Shura that they're afraid of. It's his dad. Because
Yeah,
Shura,
like what are they gonna do?
No, but I
yeah,
would argue that they're definitely scared of Shura as well because if he's doing this,
I
like,
mean, yeah, but if your dad is the Almighty, basically the All-Knowing, who never loses a fight, you're gonna be more afraid of the guy who's never losing a fight than his fucking dickhead of a kid. Yeah, his dickhead of a kid may be powerful, but you're more afraid of dad than you are the kid.
so now we also learn now this is the part which made every single person that's read the chapter go absolutely what the fuck. On top of that, he inserted a bomb in my rectum.
Do you want to tell the people what rectum means?
For
Since
those of
some
you who
might not.
don't know what a rectum is, that's your bum hole, bro. That's your bum holey. That's the hole in your dump truck. Can you imagine the absolute humiliation, pain, and dehumanization she must have felt to be stripped naked, walked and marched through town, and have a bomb in her ass?
Oh my God.
Mashima. So someone check up on Mashima because I'm telling you, this man, something's going on. Because
And
this
like, it
is
was
whack.
just a quick little note. Like there's no like anything to it. It was just that.
She said it so nonchalantly. She was like, "Oh, he did this and this to me. Oh," and he shoved the bomb at my ass. This went on for days. Sorry, what? Can we rewind to what you just said before? Oh, he marched me. No, the other thing, the bomb.
Dude,
I was reading. I had to pause for a second. I was like, Mashima, hello, what?
I guarantee you, all the people that want to hentai from Mashima are like, nah, never mind. This man's mind is demented.
Hey, yo, look, man, look, keep drawing what you're drawing. We're good. We're good. Leave it to let UA to do the other stuff.
That man is demented. Dude, Mashima got some skeletons in his closet to be doing this type of shit.
I don't even think they're in the closet, bro.
He did say, I'll give him this. He did say, I think at the end of volume 16's afterward, that the story was going to get progressively darker and he was going to talk to his
But
what is it called?
editors.
Editors. And if they approved of it, he would move forward. And if not,
Okay.
he would tweak
But
it.
there's darker, and then there's this.
This is super dark, bro.
This ain't dark, right? This
This
ain't,
is a
dark.
whole
Dark
nother
implies
level.
there was lightness, right?
There's no lightness in darkness. What do you mean?
No. For something to become dark, there must have been light beforehand, so it became dark. This skip that. This never had lightness in the beginning. This is just the lights were never ever turned on. This shit is fucked.
No, he did say he's gonna do something he hasn't done before in the past. If I'm not mistaken, I could be misquoting it.
Yeah, but like if I wanted to see this,
This man never did this. I liked how Laguna's getting his shit rocked, but he's still clapping back. He's like, "There's a syndrome for your bitch ass kind." Who let me get There's a name for that kind of syndrome where when the victim develops good will or empathy for your oppressor. So this man clapped back. I like that Laguna was in like, yeah, that's fine. You fucking me up, but I'm still gonna talk my shit. Damn, bro.
So Marissa, did you enjoy that interaction between the two of them?
No. I mean, maybe Mashima's just trying to build awareness for this stuff. You never know. I don't know.
Build awareness for sticking something in someone's butt?
I don't know.
It's a pretty weird thing to raise awareness for. Now, I'm going to say, I'm a little bit... Now, Arjuna, as we've now learned, she wasn't always as she is now. She wasn't always we'll call him an antagonist. I wonder now, where do you think this is going to go? Is Laguna going to just try and save her, or is Laguna just going to say, oh, fuck this?
I think think he's gonna save her. I mean, like, because he's gonna have to answer to everybody else if he doesn't try to save her.
Do you really think everyone else is gonna like disagree though?
Isn't her dad the leader?
No, Goodwin is the leader now because I think the old one died.
Ah, okay.
So I kind of disagree with Marissa. I don't think she could be redeemed. I think Mashima's taking us in a path where she can't be saved.
She's too far gone.
Too far gone, yeah.
Maybe she'll end up in a. I'll call it a rehab.
In a coffin? Yeah, she'll end up in a coffin.
Maybe that, but maybe he'll put her in a rehab kind of situation in hopes that she gets better. But I feel like that would probably make things a little bit redundant because I would like for Eden Zero to have irredeemable characters because for being completely honest, but what I'm saying is it already does, but there's still time for them to try and be redeemed, which hopefully they won't be.
That's true.
In Fairy Tail, the only person that was irredeemable that I can think of the top of my head was Giemma. Is anyone else?
Oh yeah. Well, I would argue Acnologia of it, but his origin there is like he was just trying to save humanity.
And Acnologia is not really hated. Like he's that villain that
kind of just there.
Zeref is a villain, but he wanted to save his brother. All the villains in Fairy Tail have a backstory where you're like, all right, I kind of see where you're coming from. My bad. All right.
So the only person really is Giemma then, who's just a cunt.
I mean, I guess Zero too, but Zero from what I face. He kind of took in those children and took advantage of them.
Yeah.
Homie, Google Zero from what I says.
But the guy was pretty. Okay. He's irredeemable. So there's two.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
So,
I mean, even Urza's mom became redeemed.
Yeah.
At the end, so yeah.
So now, if we look at Eden Zero, we've had Madame Kurenai, right?
We'll just say antagonist because I got So we have
Madame Kurenai.
Who do we have in Digitalis?
Digitalis, there wasn't really anyone that.
Oh no, it was that guy, that Joker-looking guy.
Yeah, but he
Spider.
Yeah.
We have Spider. We have Jack and Joe. We have
Madame Kurenai.
We have some of her little.
So Madame Kurenai isn't she's irredeemable, which is nice.
Yeah.
She's so fuck that bitch.
Mueller is super irredeemable.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Jack and Joe was super irredeemable. I mean, you understood his reasoning, but he still went off the deep end.
Yeah, but I don't see. Did Jack and Joe do anything that was like despicable? Like I'm talking like Madame Kurenai.
He took people's life force just so he could remain young from a planet.
Yeah, but like.
But like what, homie?
This ain't no sexual abuse, molestation level of stuff. That kind of stuff. When I say redeemer, I mean someone who, no matter what happens at all, he will never ever be redeemed. All right, Jack and Joe, I feel like he's not gonna be redeemed. The dude's long gone, but he didn't do anything to warrant never ever having a chance of redemption in any way, shape, or form.
I see it more as there's different layers of irredeemable. And for me, Jack and Joe would still be redeemable for everything he did.
That's what I mean.
Whereas, a lot of people. He is irredeemable. Maybe he's at the very bottom tier of irredeemable, which means he's more likely to be redeemed. But I still put him there. But again, that's just opinions in it.
Okay, so I think what we're actually talking about is rather than redeemable, I think we're actually more talking about levels of just being a complete dickhead. I think that's what we're actually trying to gauge here.
Look, Shura is the top. He passed everybody. Mueller was up there, and then Shura was like, "Hold my beer," and just
So now we got Shura, who's quite high up,
and we're not even done with the chapter yet.
And the thing is, we hate Shura, right, because of what he did to Iljuna, but we don't even care about Iljuna. That's how much this is how much he fucked up. This is how much of a shit he did was whack.
We should finish the chapter and then continue this conversation because there's There's a
Yeah.
people are
Okay,
gonna
so
be like, why do you
agreement-
hate him? It's just her. You get me? So
So anyway, says that there's a whole syndrome for it. Now we've got the team running through. Now, important thing. Last chapter, right? When they entered, Pino, Happy, and that lot. When they entered, Pino said, "I can detect her life signals. It's faint, but I can go. I found it." So they were running off, right? So that indicates she is alive. This chapter, they continue, and Pino then says, "Master, I'm picking Miss Witch's life signature on the other side of that door." So this indicates she is alive. I'm just putting this out there. So all the people, they'll be like,
You
"Oh my
think-
god!" The next page, they enter the room, and we've got Shura standing over what looks like a lifeless, torn apart, damaged witch. Took too long, Shiki. I was playing with your toy, and it broke. Now,
this man gotta die. This man gotta die. I'm sorry.
again,
And
right?
a
For
parrot.
those of you who can't read, I thought it was. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I'm part of the fan. I don't feel like getting attacked. For those of you who can't read, it did say that they were picking up her life signals. So she is alive for now. She could be dying.
Sorry.
She's definitely dying.
I mean, she's definitely. What do you, I mean?
Yeah, she's
she
dying.
could be- Here's my thing. First off, me and Spala. Spala's a wonderful person. You guys should meet her. Lucid Dreaming Enigma on the Discord.
Well,
Me
she
and her
changed
were
her name to Sparla, Lucid Dreaming Enigma
Yeah.
now. So it's just
Yeah,
it's
it's
Sparla.
it's a mouthful. We were talking and we're like, yeah, Shura needs to die a slow and painful death, and then once he dies, Rebecca needs to use Leaper, bring him back to life, and kill him again. Because
By the way, Sparla's the most lovely, nicest person you'll ever meet in your entire
Wait,
life. And if
Spala
she's
said
saying
that?
this,
yes,
if
Spala
she's
said,
part of this conversation and agreeing, right?
yeah, no.
That's how you know how bad it is. If Sparla's saying this, that's how you know.
And it was like, yeah, he should have what happens in Malgaquin should happen to Shura. I 1000% agree. Like, no, this man needs to die, and this man, if Shiki tries to befriend this man, I'm dropping the series. If Shiki's like, it's
He won't. He's already told Shura that he's not going to befriend him. Because when they had their fight previously, before the robots tried to blow themselves up on him, he did
no,
say,
no,
"I'll never make friends with you." So
yeah,
we're
but
safe in that regard.
he might forgive him or
No.
something.
We know he won't.
I
We
hope he
know
doesn't.
won't.
I hope he doesn't, because this
He
dumb
won't, he
motherfucker
won't.
might try to be friends with everyone. But yeah, so that's first. So first off, I guess my question to you guys is, what did you think when you saw this? I know you guys read, oh yeah, her life is. I could feel her.
Well, I can give you my reaction from when I saw the spoiler images, which I didn't
Well,
know.
okay.
So woke
I
up
was
one day.
pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was.
So for
fucking
those of you who don't know, spoiler images get posted by Doc on Twitter, and I wake up, we get pings and notifications for the spoilers, and we go grab the tweets and we put them into the server. Normally, it's not, it's all right. So occasionally they see a spoiler, I'm like, kind of wish I didn't see that, but I'm not that fussed. This one, I saw it, and I kind of just sat there for like a good 30 seconds. I was like, what the fuck did I just see? And it wasn't the entire panel. There was no mention of the signals. It was literally just witch lying dead on the screen. That's what it looked like. Dude, I lost my shit. I was pissed. I was like, the first thing I started thinking, oh my, okay, we've had Valkyrie die. Now we're going to have Witch. Who's next? Sister Ivory? Bro, if Homura goes, I'm dropping the series.
Why
No,
not Hermit, bitch? Why
Hermit.
you say everybody for Hermit? Why you
To be honest, Homura will probably go the same route as well at this point.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
Hermit, if Hermit went, bruv, I would drop the series in that chapter. I would do my last chapter until someone comes and tells me, oh, by the way, rewind time, yeah, no, Hermit's alive. That series is dead to me. Because fucking hell, bruv. I was pissed. Holy shit.
I will give you my reaction when I saw it, but Marissa, what was yours when you saw that? When you saw that?
Like,
Yeah.
I put my phone down and just laid down on my bed and processed. Like, literally, that's what happened.
You're like, okay, I need a break. It's no, I need a break.
We're just gonna pause,
Reevaluate my life choices of reading this fucking series.
Exactly. Is it really worth it in the end?
Oh, that's funny. Do you okay? I know we read the thing, but Marissa, do you think she's alive, or do you think she's a goner?
Well, Dad talked to me after like I read it, and he said that she was still alive, but like I don't think she's gonna make it. Like all the way back to the ship where Sister can get her. I don't think she's gonna make it because Sister already like they wanted to go, but then the food person was like, "Oh, you guys should stay," and they did stay, and so yeah.
Dude, Couchboat is on notice right now. If she doesn't make it, I will say this on how I got spoiled. I was doing the typesetting. Mashima did an interview where he was helping new mangakas because they were asking questions for them, and somebody on Sorcerer Weekly translated it, so I typeset it, and I thought, okay, yeah, I'll post it on Twitter. It'll be fine. As I'm about to post it, some asshole, I'm not gonna give their name just so I don't put them on blast, puts the fucking spoiler, and he's like, he or she is like, holy shit, Witch is dead. And I was like, wait, what the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about? I was mad. I was fucking mad. So yeah, that's how I got spoiled. Instant regret. But yeah, I agree. It was disgusting to see. I
oh
hope
wait.
her what happened.
Uh, Rebecca doesn't have any more uses of Cat Leaper, right? Because she used her too for
She
the
had
card
one
game.
more. She had one more if I remember correctly.
All right.
But she only had 90 seconds. We don't know how long Witch has been there for. And like that.
Hmm.
She only got
She's
90 seconds.
she's trying to be optimistic here. You're just like,
Yeah,
no,
nah. I'm not about that. If I'm suffering, you're suffering with me. Alright.
fucking dead.
She can only go 90 seconds. So we don't know how long. I think Rebecca will use Leaper. But the problem is they're gonna use Leaper, right? Someone help me here. Would it put Rebecca back to where she was 90 seconds ago? It would, right? She doesn't
It
stay in the
was
same
every-
place.
It
So-
just rewinds time. It just rewinds
So
time.
it doesn't even matter if she goes back in 90 seconds. Or I guess and Shiki won't remember. So it's not like he can be like instant. Or as soon as the 90 seconds is rewound, he can be like, "Oh shit!" But he's my gravity, right? And the time it would take for Rebecca to tell him to do that, I feel like it also be a bit too late.
But this is where she could use her speed portion of her ether gear.
I still don't think it would be fast enough.
You're gonna
Yeah,
say
because
that,
even before Cat Leaper, she'd already be using it, or at least I hope so.
but that was before she knew where to go.
But they knew where they were going.
I mean, they
There was a
were
straight
kind of
path.
up in the
It was
air,
a straight path down.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there isn't time. I feel like there's going to be
Oh,
a situation.
Shiki could use his gravity and make them go faster, because like he can fall pretty fast.
Yeah, but this is what I said before. He could do that, but it would still he won't remember to do that. So they would rewind. Rebecca would then go, "Oh, you've got to use your gravity and take us in this direction." Right? It still takes time.
I don't think it'll take that much time because it's not like Shiki's like 21 questions. Or I mean, she says
He won't question her, but she's still gonna have to explain. She's gonna have to say,
no. She could literally just be like, Shiki, we need to hurry and save Witch. Use your gear or whatever, and boom. But
okay, "How long did it take you to say that?"
well, I was fumbling the words. So
But she would technically fumble as well, and because at the time given, she would rewind and she would have to get the words out. She'd have to think about what she's saying.
Not fair.
I don't think there's any way that the rewind is going to help.
As you see, people, Dev hates Witch, and he's happy she's dead.
She's not dead though, and I'm the one emphasizing this.
I don't think she's. Go on, Marissa.
Okay. I think if Witch actually dies, I think there's gonna be a pattern, and all of them are gonna die.
And that's when I dropped the series.
Here's my thing, and I forget who I said this to. Hermit when they tried to save Valkyrie, they couldn't because Hermit said she couldn't restore her memories.
Or was
She
you and
could
me
take.
talking about this?
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. So like they couldn't restore the memories, and another thing is like 10 years had passed, so even if there was probably an ounce of memories, they couldn't restore them. I would fucking hope that between Whis, Hermit, Sister Ivory, and even Witch, they all decided, yo, maybe we should back up our fucking memories. Maybe we should back up our personalities, our fucking programs. So if something were to happen, we're able to come back.
Because all they would need is a body.
Because Hermit and Sister Ivory could, even Whis, could fix the body for Witch. What they can't fix is the memories and the heart. If you give her back her old memories and her old personality, it should be fine. I would hope that they were smart enough to be like, oh shit, you know what? We should have backed up our bodies. Or our brains. You get what I mean.
Yeah, backed up their database. Now,
So
I think that is a case that's happened. I think they will do that, or they have been doing that. Like I said, they're smart enough, especially Hermit. All right, and especially Weiss. The fact that those two are the technical geniuses. I feel like that would be something that they would, as soon as they found Valkyrie dead and were like, oh, well, this is unfortunate. They would have been all right. Let's make sure this doesn't happen again. I feel like they definitely would have done something about it.
Yeah, especially Sister Ivory, because Sister Ivory literally broke down when she learned the news from Winch.
So that's my hope. I hope she's not dead, and I hope they can just pick up the body and be like, "Oh, let's repair you. We beat him. Let's go about our day. Next Cosmos." But I have a feeling after that flipping fucking rectum comment and then this, I have a feeling that that's not going to be a case.
She's fucking dead.
It's not dead yet. It's okay. It's not dead yet. All right, she might not die.
Dude, it's for easy fans who watch the anime then read the manga, they suffered this week. This week in the anime, Valkyrie was dead.
Ooh.
And this week in the manga, Witch is dead. Damn. Y'all fucked.
We not eating good today.
I mean,
we're eating bread and water, bruv. That's what we're eating.
This is true.
And it's that soggy bread as well. Not even any butter, bruv. Straight up depression.
What would you guys rate this chapter?
Sadness.
Sadness out of 10. I respect it.
See, I don't know whether to give it a 1 for the fucking rectum shit or to actually give it a solid 8, maybe a 9, because if I'm being not a fucking bitch about it, the chapter was very good. There's a lot of information given to us between Laguna and Ildruna and their past. We learned more about just how much. In fact, this is the chapter that solidified to us that Sorcerer just needs to just absolutely. I don't even want him to die. I want him to sit in a facility and experience all the stuff he did to everyone else. Like, I want him to be humiliated and have stuff shoved up his ass. Like,
I've been saying this for weeks now that Sorcerer needs to die, and I was ridiculed for it.
I don't think he should die. Just dying is too easy. Dying, let him suffer what he did to everyone else.
Oh no! He should die a slow and very painful death. Like dismember every limb one at a time.
That's why I think I give the chapter a solid. I give it an 8. I would give it a 9, but the rectum shit was fucking out of left field. So I'd give it an 8. An emotional level, I'd give it a fucking 1 because Jesus fuck.
Fair. I would give it a 10 just because
Spidey likes rectum stuff, confirmed.
No, because it was completely different from something Mashima has ever done, and it was just not expected. Nobody could fucking honestly say, yeah, I expected Mashima to go this dark and this disgustingly disgusting.
See, the worst part is, right, we had talked in the past about what Sorcerer's going to do to Witch, right? We kind of expected him to go not necessarily this far to the point where she could basically be dying, but we'd expect him to do shit to her. The rectum thing just threw us all off the edge. We're just like, nah, what the fuck is this, bruv?
Yeah, but Now the question is like, how
Yeah.
farther can he go, and will he go farther?
Oh,
I don't know.
Mashima.
If look, I just don't want to know that he shoved something up Witch's ass. That's the last thing I want to do. And Mashima, I know you're listening to this podcast. Don't be doing that now, just because I've said it. All right? Okay. And you if you're listening, don't be telling them to do it. Right.
This guy, Ueda would probably be like, "No, stop it.
Stop it. Stop this. Get some help."
Since King has got to go, we'll transition over to Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. I'm pretty sure the conversation is going to be short, so after that, we could just go back to what we were talking about in Eden Zero and the trauma that we had.
I don't know if I want to. Fucking hell.
That's fair. 100 Years Quest, chapter 90. That's 90 for those.
Just some news, guys. There's a Fairy Tale 100 quest. And we did that already. My bad.
Yeah, I gotta say, whoever the asshole was who kept talking about it in the AMA for Eden Zero, you're a cunt.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Someone seriously did that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the chat was flowing with dump truck comments and stuff like that, right? And Eden Zero comments, and this dude's like, "Hey guys, did you know there's a Fairy Tale 100 year?" Shut the fuck up. No.
Like,
You
okay,
dumbass.
no, we don't fucking know. We don't run a fucking server for Fairy Tale.
There wasn't like 6 announcements, 12 pings, and like 12 posts. No.
Yeah, there weren't thousands of tweets about it.
Stupid ass.
I'm pretty sure it trended in the US for a while.
It did trend on the US for a while.
Yeah, there you go.
Stupid ass. Not you. You know what I mean. Anyway,
I know what you
Anyway.
meant.
chapter 90. It is what's it called?
The Return, I think.
Oh, it is called The Return. Good shit. Yeah, so chapter 90, The Return. I love this chapter. Spoilers. So yeah, King, since you need to leave relatively soon, what is overall thoughts on the chapter?
I actually enjoyed most of the chapter. I remember you sent me a message saying I was going to hate it. I don't hate this chapter. There's a very specific part I hate, but I'm sure you know what that part is. But I thought the rest of the chapter was fine. Like, I know you hate Jalal and all that stuff, but I thought his content with Urza was very well done, very well handled, and shows like the transition that Mashima's going towards with the series. Now, I don't know that he'll never ever necessarily be a full-fledged member of Fairy Tail, but I could actually see it happening. I think that depends more on where Mashima wants to go with the series and what Yuta writes, obviously. But I think it's I don't think it's a bad idea. Thought their moment together at the cafe was very nice and well done. I really didn't care for the whole Grey Juvia thing, so I'm just going to leave that aside. The part that I did not like, and I'm sure you probably anticipated this, was George or whatever the fuck his name is. How he basically just got smacked down by Celine's dragon transformation right after he was talking about how he has this like different dragon slayer magic and he's killed dragons before.
So God
and she's just like, what?
So you got God Serened, basically.
Okay, here's the thing. My parallel was actually Gemma from Sabretooth.
That's what my original parallel was as well.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously I get where you're coming from, dragon killing dragon slayer. I get the irony there. But like, he not only does his design resemble this, the whole Diabolos arc is basically the Sabretooth arc. They show up, they're like talking about how super badass they are. They seem like they're tougher than Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail barely gets the edge over them at some point. Eventually, down the line, will get the edge over them. And they basically become superfluous side characters is the ultimate result. And in both cases, the guildmaster, this old bearded guy who was supposed to be like the most powerful one, gets shit stomped by a character he really should not have any business getting shit stomped by. I mean, granted, Celine is not as pathetic as what's his face Sting was in that scenario, but I still think that he should have been given more time to develop and the like. This is just way too fast, and I don't like where Yuta and Mashima are taking this particular guild storyline.
Nah, fuck him. I'm glad he's dismembered.
I mean, look, I don't like the character, but I think this is just not a good way to pay off the Diabolos setup.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't-
What else are they gonna do? Like, He's been like.
I mean, make them
makes that
actual
someone-
competent villains who have coherent motivations and a clear threat to fairy tale. That's what you can do.
But they were never villains. They were out because they were hunting dragons. I mean, they were.
I mean,
They were
I think
antagonists. You can say that.
I mean, even then, at best, you can make, if they're antagonists, make them a morally gray type of antagonist and actually develop their personalities.
I mean, they kind of did that by saying they killed dragons and only.
That's not developing your personality.
That's just creating a motive.
That's just a backstory.
I agree,
Pretty
King.
weak one at that.
I don't. I have no problem with George being squashed in one go. I actually have no problem with that personally. But what I do have a problem is what might occur the next chapter, or the chapter after, depends on when it gets covered. If the entire group, the rest of them, get wiped out by Celine, or drastically reduced in numbers by her, I'm pretty disappointed because Diablos, if I'm being blunt, they're the most interesting group we've had be introduced for a long time, right? The Spriggan 12, apart from August and
Brandish,
everyone else is pretty eh. Urza's mum, forgot her name. She was Irene. She was okay, but eh. Her story was good.
Could have been better,
but the character itself, eh. And then if you go look at the demon lot, they were all just shit. Like they were just no. So Diablos lot, a lot of them, these are the best group that we've had introduced in a while. And for them to kind of apart from Sasaki, that guy's a fucking wacko. But Kiria, apart from being hot, she's actually pretty interesting. That Ash Dragon dude, the guy who can turn himself into Ash, is also
he's actually
cool.
my favorite in the gang.
I like him as well.
I think he has an interesting design. And
then we've got the what was the other? The guy who goes Cha.
Mad Mole?
I forgot his name. I think so. The one who goes Cha.
I find the armored dragon dude.
Yeah, I find him entertaining as shit whenever he talks because of the speech pattern. I wouldn't like for this lot to kind of just be wasted. And the fact that their powers are cool. I mean, Blade Dragon, she can cut anything, even your will. It sounds a little bit silly, but it's still pretty interesting. It's not just a normal element that everyone else is. It's not just a woo metal, woo fire, woo light. No, it's actual something unique and cool. I don't. It would be wasted if these lot just are done.
I can't believe we're like completely. I kind of can't believe it. I'm glad that they're fucking gone. Useless ass side story. Waste of time. All the characters were fucking boring as shit. I just want them to die.
They've been more interesting than every dragon god, though. Alderaan was boring as shit.
I disagree with you. I love. We already disagree there because you know how I felt about Alderaan. And
you like the Alderaan arc, though.
I like the arc and the dragon.
He's talking about the specific character, though, Spidey. Like, how do you feel about Alderaan as a character? There really isn't much to him.
Yes, he was cool with the seeds and so on, but other than that,
yeah, I would argue that his seeds were.
It's a cool power, but like they don't have much to them, like in terms
they all
of
got clapped out
and
pretty easily.
Yeah, mostly. I didn't expect them to be like long-lasting villains, Bleach style, but yeah.
I don't know.
Marissa?
Marissa, what do you think?
You've been curiously silent.
About Alderaan?
No, what do you think
about the whole
Diablos
aspect of what's your take on Diablos and their role in the story? Do you feel like it should be different than it currently is? Are you satisfied with it?
I really don't care about them. Like, they're just there for me. They're just a side group that wants to murder dragons and eat them.
My man.
Do you not think that they're more unique than anything we've had in 90% of the story?
I think it's interesting that there's another generation of dragon slayers, but they're overall.
That's another thing that I've brought up a couple times that doesn't seem to have been explained. I don't even know at this point if it will be explained. Is like how many all these people can't be that old. They've got to be in their 20s. George could be the oldest one, of course, but how many dragons are still flying around Earthland such that this guy could kill that many and create this many dragon slayers, and all on one continent too.
Oh, I mean, he just chops up the meat and gives it to them, and they eat it.
Right? No, I believe that part, but just like how many dragons could he have killed to make that thing? Like it's in the beginning of the fairy tale series. Everyone's talking about how dragons, are super rare, extinct, and whatever. And like this guy's killed, like presumably dozens of them.
Well, okay. Here's my thing though. In Ishgar, I call it Ishgar, whichever you prefer. They had Acnologia. Acnologia literally fucked up every dragon that was there. He's like, no, bitch, you're dying. We don't know in the other continents. For all we know is the 5 dragon gods. Just let the other dragons be if they didn't bother them. In Ishgar, we knew for a fact that if you were a dragon, you were going to die by Acnologia.
I've generally interpreted that rarity of dragon statement as a whole world kind of scenario.
I took it more as in that continent because at the time that they said that we didn't know about the rest of the world.
That's true, but still, I feel like with that kind of a being, like dragons are generally talked about as these world things. I mean, I don't know. Maybe your interpretation is the correct one. I just don't. It's just a weird idea to me.
That's fair. If hopefully they could elaborate on what they mean by that. But yeah, I do think. Yeah, again, we just interpreted it differently.
It'd still be like, how did this guy kill dozens of them?
Yeah, because for me is if the dragon gods let the weaker dragons stay, it's not that hard to kill one if it's a weak dragon, right? It could have been a baby dragon he killed, and he's like, "Yeah, I killed this badass dragon. What's up? Fear me, bro."
Well, there you go. Then it's just another whole Sabretooth parallel because we thought Sting and Rogue literally killed their dragon, and they're like, "Oh no, my dragon wanted to die," and they're like, "Oh, my dragon was already dying, and I just helped speed along the process." It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because for me, Diablos was never that interesting. It felt like, yeah, they're here. Here's another generation that's not gonna do shit.
That's what I mean. They were wasted. They could have been so fucking good.
But there's only so much they could do because at the end of the day, even if they kill the dragons, they're still sealing the dragon, which is still finishing the 100 years quest for Team Natsu. So it's not like
but they could have actually been, fun. And an actual enjoyable. Like I said,
they could have had good fights to the side. Like look at look at Naruto or something. There are other factions there, and even though the Leaf Ninjas are the main focus of the story, the other ones still have compelling stories of their own.
I don't know, because in Naruto, everybody was trying to kill Naruto, at least in Shippuden.
It depends what particular story you're going after, but look at Sasuke's side group, the Hawk group. I thought those were interesting characters.
Just look at Dragon Ball Super, what they did with the Z Fighters for the Tournament of Power. They're all side characters. They are all pretty much useless on the grand scale of things. But in the Tournament of Power, they were brought back and they were all given their own unique fight where they actually had a time to shine.
But they could have
done this.
But they were part of the main crew. They were part of
they were part of the main crew, but it's still a show in that throughout the whole of Dragon Ball Super, right? The Z Fighters were basically useless after the Frieza, right? After Frieza Force.
Name an antagonist group besides the troopers, the Justice Troopers, that got that much screen time in Dragon Ball Super.
What do you mean?
I mean, look, I don't know about Dragon Ball Super, but like take the example of One Piece. Plenty of the supernovas started as villains, but they became allies later on in the future.
I don't read One Piece.
But regardless, this is all the same example of.
I get what you are
side characters who have there was potential for these characters who have these unique, cool. They're not even elements; they're just powers. They actually had a chance to have these cool characters, whether they be side fights or in between arc fights. It could have been insane. It could have been so good.
I get,
or you developed them as characters.
Fight was great.
And
I get what you guys are saying, but I feel like you guys are expecting something from a series that was never going to give you that, especially with the side characters. Mashima does not. Mashima, Yuta, whoever, their side characters.
I will say, like, Mashima's pretty inconsistent like this, but I do think there was potential. I mean, I feel like what's his face? Who's Gray's old friend from?
Leon.
Yeah,
Leon.
that guy. I feel like he ended up fine in this regard. I think Jalal ended up fine in this regard too.
That's
You know,
two out of
Yotir.
how many? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, yes, you're right, but like my point is, he could do it, and I feel like he should have done it here.
I mean, if we're using that, Jalal was in Tower of Heaven, which was in the early 100 chapters. Leon was in the
I think it
early
was
50, early 50. So he hadn't done it for like 400 plus chapters where he developed a character that was.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Jalal was like a villain in that chapter, and then he was like a middling kind of thing in the Nirvana arc, and then he became more of an ally subsequent to the time skip, the initial 7-year one. He took time, but like it's totally plausible that he does this.
And also, you don't care about the characters because they haven't been given a reason to be cared about.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna care about them regardless. They could have Minerva's.
I mean, at this point, yes, it's obvious that you won't, but like that's the fault of the writer.
If the very start they were more engaged and more part of the story, then you wouldn't have the same feeling because they would have had an actual effect.
I would have been more annoyed in the beginning if we had new Dragon Slayers and I became invested because I would have wondered why the fuck they weren't there to begin with at the series. Why didn't this
They
guy...
gave you an explanation. They're only in the other continent.
No. I'm talking about in this series. Why didn't the guy who's trying to steal the dragons go to these Dragon Slayers?
Because he doesn't want them... I mean, they're not in the same continent, right?
No, he's the guy is Diablos.
Also, not everyone.
Fucking
Sealed and killed are two different things.
Killed.
Well, I mean, no, he was fine with either one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was fine with that. Getting sealed, getting killed. He just wanted him out.
You are right. It is on Guillotina.
So again, if these guys,
and, I will also add this: like this whole thing with the Elf Syria, the Master. There's still definitely an element of mystery with him.
Yeah. So
there could be something that happens there. We don't know.
I don't know. It's more. I just don't know the fact that they were just so wasted.
And here's the thing. Elf, whatever. I'm gonna call him Gandalf. This fucker turned into a dragon, right? So he's technically a dragon. Why the fuck hasn't Diablos gone after him?
He's in cahoots. He's the real boss.
That's my point. Like, yeah, you guys are making Diablos out to seem like this really interesting group, when it's more like.
Well, no, it's not that they're. No, it's that they could have been.
Yeah.
They could have been really interesting.
They
but
aren't
they're not. But they have all the makings to be interesting. They have great. I think they have pretty good character designs, interesting powers, unique backstories, and they have motivation. But it's like you're not doing anything with it. They're just being really superfluous. And again, it's literally a parallel with Sabretooth that. Almost the same things that happened there are happening here.
Well, at the point in the story now, you could take Diablos out, and the story wouldn't change. The story wouldn't change if you just took them out. All right, that's not a good thing. You can't. You shouldn't introduce characters that you could just remove and.
They did that.
Well, I mean, you can to an extent, but like I don't think you should have done it with these characters.
Not when the first time they show up, they're supposed to be this big bad group.
I mean,
they were just completely wasted.
They did that with Oración 6. They did that with...
Yeah, but Oración 6 came back how many fucking times? They came back like a million times.
They came back twice, and to be fair, one of those was anime only, but the difference with them is like they were the villains of that whole arc. So they got what they were supposed to do.
I'm just saying, Mashima...
No, Sabretooth wasn't even their own villains.
That you're mentioning, like you said, they had their own art. They all had their own specific like period where they had actual impact and strong hold within the story. Diablos hasn't had that. Diablos could have had that. Diablos should have had that. But they were just wasted. The first time we saw them was when they properly turned up with Mercphobia. Right? And they fucked up everyone and they were like, oh. But they've never had their own individualistic situation where it is considered basically their little arc. Everyone else had. Sabretooth had that. All right, Horatio and So's had that twice.
One of them was anime only, but yes.
Still, they still had it. Like,
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
pointing that out there because I know someone's gonna be like, "Well, one of them was anime only." I don't know. I guess we're at odds on what we expected and what we think they could have been. So I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll give my usual Dav comment for the podcast. Celine looks thick,
That's
bro.
not surprising.
When I turned that page, I was like, "Hey, yo, hey."
Hey, I told you it was gonna be a confused boner though, because she's looking like that, and then the next picture she looking like a furry, like a dragon. I mean,
Scaly.
so
Yeah, she looked like a Digimon.
She did. That's what I thought as well. The moment she turned, I was like, "Yo, are we watching Digit?" Her dragon form looks cool though. You have to admit.
It was
I think her
pretty
dragon
cool.
form
Yeah.
actually looks really cool.
It actually looks like a very specific Digimon called Magnetramon.
fucking nerd.
And it looks feminine, so
And
I like
whatever.
the design of a dragon.
It's a good design.
Alderon bored me as a design, like just looks wise. Murkphobia was pretty cool because that's
I mean,
my
he was
favorite.
literally a tree with a face.
Yeah.
A
Murkphobia was
giant.
pretty cool, but her one you can actually
His
tell
is
the
good.
details. It's really nice. I'm hoping we get a double spread of this like we did for the other two. I'm sure we
Well,
will.
we've already seen
Hope
her.
so.
I think we already got a double spread in Edolas when she
Not of
was,
her dragon form.
yeah, when she had Natsu stare down.
I think she was like up in the sky, right?
yeah.
I don't know if that's the kind of image Dav is thinking
No,
of, but
I'm
we've
talking
got
just her
something
dragon
similar.
form, purely dragon form, like we've had
Oh,
for the
okay.
other two.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Anything else you guys want to add? That's not that what our 20-minute debate was.
No, not particularly. I'm just kind of curious now, like, because clearly Selene isn't dead, so I'm curious what will be the resolution to her story and who is going to be the next dragon god they take on. If it's going to be, I'm leaning towards Virnis, the gold dragon, but could be Ignia as well. Who knows?
I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Well, everybody's already predicting that fucking Discount Greg isn't dead. That one of the powers he has is resurrection or rebirth or whatever the fuck from a phoenix.
Based on what?
The name of his dragon slayer form.
It was called Four Beasts, wasn't it?
Or mythical beast or some bullshit. I didn't pay
What does that have to do with resurrection? Is that a mythological
phoenix?
thing that I'm unaware of?
Phoenixes, you know what a phoenix is? They give. Yeah, you remember Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, or was it?
Oh, so wait, are you when you say four beasts? Are we talking like the dragon, the bird, the turtle, and the tiger?
I think that's what they went for with the name, because it's just a direct translation from the.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's fair. I know that mythology, so yeah, I get where you're coming from. Then I didn't make that connection, but I get it.
So I'm hoping he's dead. I'm hoping he stays dead, but people want more Diablos, as this discussion showed. So maybe he'll be back. If
Yeah.
he's not back, I don't think Ignia would be a good choice because they would get clapped by Ignia.
Most likely, yeah.
Super clapped.
I mean, right now, I'm seeing him as like the strongest of the dragon gods, or at least the ones we've seen so far, if only in terms of raw power.
I put him in raw power. I put him in with the likes of Acno, because he literally came in, chatted shit, and helped defeat.
I just mean like in pure destructive power. The reason Acnologia would be dangerous to another dragon too is because of his ability to steal magic.
And Agnologia is crazy too.
Yeah, too. Well, I mean, this guy ain't exactly sane, but
That's fair. Marissa, any thoughts on this? Any thoughts?
She's still here?
Huh?
Yeah, she's
Okay,
here.
she's here.
I don't know. 100-year quest isn't just there for me. It's just like, eh.
I agree.
I don't know what it is. It's just like I'm not into it as much. But Fairy Tail also took me like 100 episodes to actually start like getting into it.
At least it wasn't 850 like One Piece.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we're over 1,000 over there.
They're
Yeah,
like
but for it-
900 something.
But for it to get good, it took over 850 episodes.
I think One Piece was pretty good right from the start. It just got better later on.
It's a
Okay,
AMA.
this ain't a One Piece bashing show.
It's an AMA reference. If you know, you know.
I don't know the AMA, but all right.
Okay.
Should have been
sorry.
there.
King, overall thoughts and review and score.
No, my thoughts on the chapter are pretty much the same as they were earlier. I enjoyed the Jalalers part. The fairy tale part was and I'm not a fan of the conclusion with the what's his face from Diablos,
Discount,
but
yeah,
I
discount
can live with it for now.
Okay, Marissa.
Hmm?
Thoughts? Wait,
Yeah.
She already
thoughts
did.
and score. Oh, she already.
I didn't give score.
Yeah, score.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh out
Okay.
of 10.
Meh.
We usually give numerical scores.
Meh
It's
equates to
very much
about a 5.
numerical.
Okay,
Man,
fair
Meh's like
enough.
a 5.
Meh's like a 5. Yeah. Wait, King. What score did you give it?
I didn't, but I would give it flat 6.
Y'all disgust me. Dav, go ahead and disappoint me some more.
I would actually give the chapter probably a 7.5. I can push an 8 just because of. Actually, I can't push an 8 because I just thought of a reason. I'd say a 7 at most. I enjoyed the interaction that we had after with the guild itself. You know, it felt very fairy tale-y. You know, at the end of an arc, aftermath, everyone's relaxing kind of thing. That was very nice and enjoyable. As much as I don't care about the ships, the little ship moments there were sweet. The Urza and Jalal situation, I wouldn't want him to join Fairy Tail because I'm getting a bit bored of the fact that before we know every fucking person is going to be part of Fairy Tail. But it felt natural. It didn't feel forced, so I didn't mind that. I like the Diablo section, apart from the stuff that we've talked about. As I just don't like now that basically confirmed that the Selene arc might be finished for now, but it's going to be revisited. And I don't think it's actually finished for now. I think
I agree with you.
And I think Selene arc's going to continue again because now she's going to come back and be like, "Hey, you thought I'm here? Shut the fuck up and die! Like let's get this arc over."
I mean, let's be real. She wasn't defeated.
Oh, she was acting. She's chilling. So
Yeah, she was acting.
she's ready to go. She's ready to fight.
The moment discount Subaru said, "Oh yeah, my guildmaster killed your son," she was like, "All right, I need to kill this motherfucker.
It's go time.
I'm injured. Oh my god, let me go through this portal."
So this is the thing. Selene arc, I'm hoping it's finished for now because I would like to just move on and get something else for a bit, but I don't think it is. That's why it comes down from an 8 to a 7 because I am bored of the Selene arc. Holy shit.
Okay. That's cool. I love this chapter. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a certified banger. Yeah, everything about this chapter with the Fairy Tale Guild was amazing. They're not even they're in the other continent, so that's fucking amazing. That there's another guild they're just chilling in, enjoying, having a good time. Gray is finally showing emotion, which is nice, and not depression. Shout out Gray. I liked how Panther Lily said he wished Toka stayed so fucking Lotus could have a fucking Exceed. That was adorable.
If Freeze that, nah, I'm his Exceed.
I loved how Gagio tried to be mature, but then he was like, "All right, Natsu, let's go." And again, I liked Celine playing coy and playing, "Oh my god, woe is me, I'm defeated," only to trick them and brutally murder the shit out of their guild master. I liked how all of Diablos, when they saw that, they lost their shit. They're like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?" And so there was, for me, one of the panels where Discount Super was, it looked like he was realizing that he got played, and he was like, "Oh fuck." So I'm excited for that. Regarding the Selene arc being over, I think it is in this regard. I think that Fairy Tail is not going to go after her because they don't know what happened. Because they towards the end of the Allen tier, they were just fighting the White Hand and the Face and.
Yeah, I think in that scenario, it's like they also don't know where she is. Like as far as they're concerned, she just disappeared into a vortex or whatever. So they might just leave her aside. That's why I'm thinking it'll be one of the other dragons who shows up next, maybe the gold one.
So yeah,
because I do feel like I want them to save Ignia for last.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I don't want us to go to a dragon right away. I just want us to maybe like meet an actual villain group and fight them, not like Diablos, but an actual villain group, and just fight them for a bit, so we're not just dragon. But yeah, that's about it. I know King has to go, so King, if you all say your goodbyes while we wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're cutting this podcast what feels like a little bit short, but we will definitely be back for another podcast. We will discuss all the topics that come up with Fairy Tale Eden Zero, and also other topics including the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie, and Lucifer season 6 for those who are fans of that show, because I just watched it, finished it yesterday. That being Saturday, the 11th of September, and it was very good. I'm quite satisfied with the ending. I don't know if Spider-Man or Dav is, but we will definitely talk about that. But until then, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Marissa, for joining the podcast. We hope to have you back at another point in the future, and we will definitely have more extensive conversations then. Until then, follow the Sorcerer Weekly, group on Twitter. Follow Fairy Tale Wiki on Twitter. Don't be an asshole in the AMA. I wasn't there, obviously, but apparently a lot of you were being assholes. So please don't do that. Tweet out support for Fairy Tale. And until the next time that we catch you guys, we hope you all have a great day.
This is where we say bye.